Radiant team ban.
Alright, hello and welcome to the Symphony Gaming Tournament Finals. Today we've got Nexus Gaming going up against the 8-bit Stomp. I'm Helium and with me co-casting is Dimitri. If his mic works on the screen, I don't really know. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But anyway, so 8-bit Stomp banning out Nexus and Magnus. They're going to have that first pick as well. So taking out two of the stronger heroes right now, especially when combined with that overpower onto the Lifestealer. And then Nexus Gaming banning out Bat and Nyx, pretty much standard if you don't have that first pick to take out those super annoying heroes, especially with the Nyx already taken out other worthy first round bans. Definitely the Wisp, the LD, or if you're a Chinese professional Dota team, apparently Visage and Shadow Demon. Round 1 bans there. I've been seeing that quite often.
10 seconds remaining.
Alright, just making sure I set my hotkey correctly. So the first pick, 8-bit Stomp, gonna go ahead and pick up the Gyrocopter. I don't know, could be a mid, could be a support, could be that carry. We'll see what happens. He's not the most reliable carry as he needs a bit of farm to get that flak cannon. At least a reliable super late game carry, but in that early mid game, he's quite a tear with that call down, flak cannon, and rocket barrage. Just does a ton of damage in the team fights. So pretty much still first pick material, and probably will continue to be first pick material even with the 6.78 changes. Just adding 10 seconds to that cooldown of flak cannon. So not going to be the biggest deal, but might impact his first pick potential slightly. I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Reserve time.
Alright, it's the first hot day here in Utah, and I'm normally freezing in this basement, but having to take off my sweatshirt there. It's getting hot in here for this finals game. I believe money is on the line. I think $200 are actually available to be won here. If Nexus wins this, I believe they have the most amount of points in Symphony Gaming, so they will take home first place. If they lose this, I believe the crown passes to Faded to get that first place. And if 8-bit Stomp wins, I don't know what happens if 8-bit wins. Maybe I should ask somebody. Alright, so Nexus Gaming going with pretty much the tier 1 supports these days, the Coddle and the Shadow Demon. Shadow Demon Disrupt into the Coddle Illuminate. Pretty strong in an aggressive and defensive tri lane, so either or. It reveals the supports, but I guess it doesn't reveal everything about the lanes in terms of those two pickups there. And that's sets it over to 8-bit Stomp again to pick up their last two heroes of the first round. Speaking of picking heroes, the 6.78 changes are a little crazy for the pick banning, the 2-2-1s for both sides. I don't know how that's going to impact it, because going into the second round, if Radiant picks first in the first round of picks, they don't pick first in the second round of picks like they do now. So it could potentially change the game a lot just in the pick ban stage. So I'm both looking and not looking forward to that change. They're going to make drafting a little interesting for the first couple weeks it's changed. Alright, Darkseer Jakiro picked up here. So Darkseer could be that offlaner. Most likely going to be offlaner. Depending on the mid, you could see a mid, but won't be unless a TA is picked up pretty much. And then Jakiro, pretty defensive support here. Not to say he doesn't do well in aggressive tri-lanes, but I don't know. It's hard to aggressive tri-lane against that Phantom Lancer and Keeper of the Light, so it looks like they might have to opt to do the defensive, although if your aggressive does work against PL, it's pretty effective and almost GG, depending on how the other lanes go. But we get into that second round of banning. We've got Skywrath taken out first by 8-bit Stomp. They've probably seen Caillou play that Skywrath in the mid lane. They've seen my casts. I hope they have seen my casts. Caillou's been dominating with that Skywrath mage as of late. Also, they might have another mid in mind. Skywrath does do well against blinking heroes just because of his 3-second silence at level 1. Might not be the only reason you'd pick him up, but... And Puck being taken out by Nexus Gaming. Because 8-bit yet to reveal their mid. We could see Gyrocopter in the mid lane potentially, but hasn't been his most popular role as of late. Not that I've been watching an insane amount of professional Dota, but I've been trying to keep up with the qualifiers. Eastern and Western were pretty nuts. Didn't watch that much of the Eastern because the time zone was just so wonky that it was hard to follow them. We got Clockwork banned out here, but 8-Bit Stomp also getting changed a little bit in 6.78. His cogs will no longer hit magic immune units, so that might take away his, that high ban, high pick potential he has right now, but we'll have to wait and see when those changes go through. And for all I know, they might have gone through already. I just got back from work, put on that Dota 2. Queen of Pain being banned out by Nexus here. Another strong mid, so just banning out the strong mids. Nexus not convinced that Gyrocopter is going to be taking the mid lane, so taking out all the mids. And since they are taking out the good mids that don't have their own, I wonder what they're thinking of running. I hope they do a Shadow Demon Kunkka middle, because they are banning out the blinking heroes like Puck and Quap that can get away from that pretty easily if you're not 100% in sync.
Reserve time.
Which might not be a bad idea here. 8-Bit Stomp probably going to go defensive tri-lane because they're most likely thinking they don't want to go aggressive against a Coddle. It's never very fun. Even when it works, it's not even that much fun. So probably going to go defensive, and then that would allow Nexus to get away with PL, Coddle in that top lane. And then that way you could put Shadow Demon and Kunkka into the middle lane. I don't know if they've been messing around with that at all recently. I know it's been getting a little more popular in the professional scene. Especially since Kunkka just keeps getting buffed. I don't understand. His boat is like so much damage now, and it's like a 40-second cooldown. He's going to be pretty strong pickup these days. Which I guess is what, Ice Frog / Valve wants. Trying to get some of those heroes used a little bit more competitive, thus the 6.78 patch. TA banned out by Nexus Gaming. Thinking maybe since they picked up the Darkseer, they could run TA middle, and not a whole lot of other heroes really do that well against TA. I like Viper against TA, it's really strong, but Viper's also easily ganked, so that's why I don't see it that much in the competitive scene, because the supports will usually help out the TA. Same thing with Venomancer and Jakiro. You put them in the mid lane, and they're good early, but they fall off so drastically late game. It's not a wise investment of that mid lane, so it looks like we are going to have the Kunkka Shadow Demon. So, cheers to me, I guess, for realizing that. And then 8-Bit Stomp now with their last pick. And they did pick up a Lion as well, so that could be their middle. He's not a bad mid hero, but I think Lion will pretty much get decimated by Shadow Demon Kunkka. So maybe going to be supporting with Jakiro and Gyrocopter. And a lot of the blinking heroes are banned out. Who else would be? Potom?
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know. Her leap is instant. It's impossible, or almost impossible, to hit the torrent off of the disruption if you have that leap up. But I believe those two abilities are shorter than leap's cooldown, so there's still an opportunity to get the Potom. Potom also not the strongest carry, but she is a good mid lane hero. The only downside to that, I think, with Kunkka and Shadow Demon and the Tidebringer, they're going to be pushing that mid lane pretty heavily, so if Potom roams to gank, it'll be pretty obvious she's not in the mid lane since it's always going to be pushed. Unless they try to play really passive and keep the lane on their side, but don't normally need to do that with Shadow Demon Kunkka. You want to be getting the kills, and if you're not getting the kills, you're kind of losing that lane. And picking up the Silencer is the 8-Bit Stomp. I don't know if that's their mid. He's also gonna be he's gonna get murdered, just to put it bluntly. I think Darkseer might not be terrible mid lane this game. He's pretty tanky. The combination from Shadow Demon Kunkka might not be enough to take him down. He's got that surge as well. Let's see what Nexus Gaming does here for their last pick.
10 seconds remaining.
Looks like they need their offlaner. Windrunner not banned. Don't see a lot of her anymore because teams have pretty much figured how to shut her down. If you see Windrunner nowadays, it's pretty much in the mid lane, which I also like. She's a great mid. She hits like a truck, especially against the mid heroes who are intelligence normally. I don't know if that's a fair statement, but below armor a lot of the time, so Windrunner excels in the mid lane versus some of those heroes. But I should have figured it's Nexus Gaming. Icon wants the Treant, so they're going with that Treant off lane. It should be a 1v3 lane unless 8-Bit Stomp tries to duo up the mid lane as well. But I don't know how that's really going to work. That Shadow Demon Kunkka is a really strong lane. And I don't know who this Shadow Demon is. I see the normal Nexus Gaming squad here. It might be Fallen, but I don't know.
Ten seconds remaining.
Alright, sorry, just responding to some team messages. Oh, broadcaster
5
settings. I haven't got to mess with these yet.
remaining.
I probably won't either. Oh, 1 second while I fix my Symphony Gaming logo, then I'll jump back into this game announcing.
You really should.
Alright, now that that's all set up, let's get to the introductions of the two teams here. So on the Dire, we've got Nexus Gaming. Icon playing that offlane Trian. He's got the wards. He's going to block the camp quite quickly. Rakudo supporting the defensive tri-lane on the Coddle. He's picked up the sentries. Caillou in the mid lane on the Kunkka. It looks like it is just going to be a Kunkka himself middle. Not really worried about him going against anyone. So Morphin heading to the top lane, standard PL build. And obviously playing the PL, and then
30 seconds to battle. Hello?
okay, and now we've got, he always changes his name. Now we've got Fallen on the Shadow Demon, also with Observer wards. And then for the Radiant, we've got 8-bit gaming, or 8 bits. We've got Kingdom here on that, looks like support line with the sentries, and also a smoke, so maybe looking to roam out of that since they are in a defensive lane. We've got Leprechaun X playing that off lane, possibly abandoning and just going into the jungle on the Darkseer. We've got Metal Mercury. It looks like he's taking that carry gyrocopter role into the bot lane. Fopsy going mid here on that silencer, and Icon pulling a lone druid here, or an Admiral Bulldog, whatever you want to call it. He's got the haste turn, so why not pull the wave back to the tower, guarantee yourself some experience. But he's going to be surrounded by 3. He's stunned up. Haste is running out soon. The Ice Path is going to be there from G, and that is actually the last person to introduce here for 8-bit. G, or J-He, we'll probably say G, playing that Jakiro. But Icon successfully pulls the wave. Leprechaun trying to block as best he can. The creep wave going to follow up the hill. Maybe not. Leprechaun does a really good job here. Allows Icon only to pull 2. The creep don't like to really follow you uphill unless you really entice them and like kind of go back and forth between high ground, low ground. Then they'll follow you up. But Darkseer disrupted the aggro from the creep. Able to deny tree a lot of experience there, and the lane will be pretty pushed into a safe position here for Metal Mercury on the gyrocopter just to slow farm for a while. But Treant, he didn't pick up the invis. He should be able to go in XP range for a little while. He's really tanky. It's going to be hard for them to kill them, even with the gyrocopter burst. And then in the mid lane, we've got Fopsy, as we already said, playing that silencer, going against Caillou on the Kunkka. So I think it'll be hard for Fopsy just to stand in lane. He's got at level 2, he's got Last Word, which is just an insane amount of damage, 200 damage nuke. But Caillou's got the roof trailing on his side, so gonna easily be able to be healed back up. So I think that's gonna be a pretty tough lane for Silencer. And then in the top, we've got the boring PL, who no one cares about. Again, being played by Morphin. Pretty much just free farming right now as the lane is abandoned. Darkseer just jungling right now. Fallen here, just taking some XP from the PL. I don't know if that's necessarily the best. I mean, he does need some good levels on Shadow Demon. At least level 2, and then maybe he can go jungle with Rakudo. If he gets Shadow Poison, the two of them can jungle pretty quickly and pick up some good levels. Probably out-level the supports here. Even the supports in defensive tri-lane. Because they can jungle faster by far. And Caillou picking up the first rune of the game, picks up the invis, rotates out of lane, so Fopsy gonna get some free farm time. He's 5 and 4 right now. You see Kunkka's at 11 and 3, so Kunkka having a much better time in this lane. Darkseer is free farming, also at 11, but some of those are gonna be the smaller jungle creeps, so just keep that in mind. Morphin at 16 and 9, so doing a really good job to keep the lane equilibrium right in front of his tower. Metal Mercury, the carry here for 8-bit, he is 14 and 2. Looks like we may have a situation developing in the mid lane. Fopsy could be in trouble. We've got Fallen on the other side. They smoked up. They're using the smoke. Fopsy's going to be put under. There is the disruption. No, it's not. He's so slow. Maybe we should have went in just a little bit early, as Fopsy was a little farther out before he started turning back. I don't know if he saw them or just kind of started turning back because he wanted to get away from Kunkka's Tidebringer proc. Either way, yeah, also day vision is ginormous. You can talk, Dimitri, if you want. You don't have to type. Or you can put up awesome in-game Dota spectator information. You can post it on the screen now if you hit the little Dota icon in the top right. So feel free to do that. In fact, I kind of want you to do it. Anything. You can do anything. Keep it slightly PG. I just want to see where it pops up on the screen. Alright, we've got Jakiro drawing some lines on the map of which way they're gonna try to use their smoke gank to come and get Kunkka now. Although Caillou is just chilling there with Invis. He shows himself though pretty close to their tower. Gotta farm them all. There you go. That's sick. Alright, so Caillou gonna be safe. So it looks like both of the smoke ganks that went towards the middle lane were pretty much wasted. Neither mid hero going down. No kills exchanged yet. Still no first blood. Supports here for 8-bit securing that top rune, which is haste. How well is Icon doing? 2 last hits to Gyro's 25, so he's not doing great, but he is getting XP. He's almost level 6, and he might just roam once he gets to that level 6 with that overgrowth. It's a great ultimate. It doesn't do any damage, but it is really good in this game. No heroes can actually just get themselves out of it. But Fopsy here on the Silencer might have other plans about that overgrowth getting off in teamfights. He's going to have that ult in level 6 here. You don't really have to get the ult at level 6, but, I mean, there's no reason to not, I guess, unless you want to get another level in Last Word to try to get some kills. Alright, so Rakudo, level 2, check out the support levels. Lion Jakiro, Caudle, and Shadow Demon, all level 2 right now, so at least the supports are all in line at level 2. Pretty low, actually, because they've all been roaming around. They're in the defensive lanes, but they're not really farming the creep as much as they should be to just get their levels. They're trying to give either mid an advantage, but that's not really worked out for either side. Kunkka with 22 last hits, Silencer with 10, so Kunkka is winning this lanes, but all the supports are losing their lanes, I guess, I would say. Phase Boots finished here on Metal Mercury on the Gyrocopter. Probably going to get drums as well. Pretty standard, just quick move speed. And that attack speed aura is pretty nice from the drums on Gyrocopter for the flat cannon. And then after that, either you can go Yasha or you can just go BKB, or you can pretty much do anything on Gyrocopter. It could be a Lothar's as well. And looks like Darkseer, he's got the level 2 Ion Shell, only level 4. I'm not sure why the Darkseer is only level 4 at 6 minutes. He should have just been jungling in the first build. There goes in the mid lane. Looks like Rakudo's Illuminate comes across, able to take out Fopsy there as he was maybe disrupted and then torrented. I don't know, I didn't see it. Did you see Dimitri? You can write us a book about it. Yeah, apparently it's tri-lane mid. Kunkka picks up another Invis rune. Leprechaun gets pushed off the lane because he's only level 5 for some reason. I don't really understand why. And now he's, I mean, I guess it's still fairly early into the game. He's got 23 last hits. It looks like he's been maybe bopping in and out of mid as well instead of just straight farming the jungle. I don't know. But the support's roaming. He might have been able to creep skip, but that probably would have been too risky. Because PL would have a hard time lasting in a tower as squishy as he is. But that probably would have brought the supports for Nexus back to the top lane, and then Darkseer could find himself in a bit of trouble. But so finally we got one kill. Checking the gold graph. Looks like the Dire are farming, I guess, substantially better. They got a 2,000 gold lead at 7 minutes in, so that's a pretty sizable amount at this time. And then 3,000 gold graph as well.
Has that ever been cause for celebration?
Looks like the supports for Nexus are in the mid lane again. This time it's night, so Fopsy might not be able to get out as quick, but he throws the curse on Fallen, so it looks like he's pretty aware that he's there. Kingdom has rotated top. Leprechaun also arriving in the lane from the jungle. They want to shut down this PL. They realize he's been farming 47 last hits at 7 minutes in. He's doing a really good job. So is Gyrocopter though. Metal Mercury 45 last hits, 9 denies. I would have to agree with that, Dimitri. Especially since his jungling doesn't even seem that it was that effective. Doesn't have a whole lot of last hits. At least he has the Soul Ring up, but I mean, in the next 5 minutes, he's kind of gonna want to have a mech already. The kind of the normal timing of a Darkseer that's doing well, like that 12-minute mech, would be a big impact in this game. And let's see, Icon 19 last hit, so he's catching up a little bit. Last time I checked, it was like he had 2 and Gyro had 25. Now he's got 20, Gyro's got 51, so still Gyro doing a lot better as you would expect in this lane. And now they actually want to go for the dive. Doesn't have the invis yet, the cooldown's gonna land. Living Armor though, just taking off so much damage. There goes the Rocket Barrage. It looks like Icon will actually fall here, so Gyrocopter getting the first blood for his team. 8-Bit Gaming on the board, Metal Mercury, 55 last hits, 1 kill. Doing a really good job this game. And arguably one of the better heroes against PL, but probably will require a lot of farm here. He currently is acquiring a lot of farm, but going to require even more to keep up with the PL, who's farming on a level foot, if not a little bit better. And actually went Midas, so Morphin feeling confident this game. Kunkka taking out Fopsy in the middle lane. Kind of missed that one, but it's Kunkka. Looks like a Torrent was landed, as he doesn't have X yet, and a nice Tidebringer.
Radiant's middle tower is
Kunkka with a haste rune as well. Leprechaun trying to run in, do this jungle stack. This one looks like Rakudo probably stacked this up on the Coddle.
Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower is
Kaio runs right by him. Gets 1 hit off, doesn't have X yet, but still continuing the chase, gonna be way faster. He's got another Tidebringer coming out, no one in the mid lane to save Leprechaun, so just gonna be chased down. So Kaio picks up that kill there. And now Morphin trying to jungle the stack, but I don't think he's got the damage for it. Maybe he does. Rakudo might have taken some of it as well, or at least injured it down for him. So 69 last hits on the PL, 59 on Gyro. 3 kills going the way of Nexus. Gold graph 3k, XP graph about 4k advantage for Nexus. So having the better early game. Despite the action, just farming more efficiently. They had everyone in a lane. Icon was in that bot lane, not getting a lot of CS, but definitely getting his share of XP, whereas, I don't know, Darkseer was jungling and then rotated lanes. But I guess they're the same level, so maybe it's just coming down to the supports rotating so much. And Leprechaun could be in trouble again. He gets put under. Soul Catcher's gonna land. Anyone else around? Coddle, Rakudo with the beam. There it goes off right in his face. Torrent's gonna miss. Here comes the heal under Rakudo. They're still chasing Leprechaun. PL coming around the other side. He's gonna catch him right into the surge. There goes the Spirit Lance. Leprechaun goes down again. That's his second death now. And PL with his first kill. Looks like Kaio with 2. So 4-1 now is the score with Nexus. Oh, going on Jakiro in the mid lane. Looks like it's not gonna land. And let's see, Icon is now facing a Silencer and a Gyrocopter and a Lion. So it looks like some of the supports in the mid have rotated down here. Fopsy maybe sort of transitioning into the support as we have Jakiro in the mid lane. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe something they decided, or just a bit of a misplay here, leaving Jakiro in the mid lane.
Under attack, and not in a good way.
Or perhaps they just want to get Jakiro some mana boots or something like that. Maybe Silencer doesn't have a whole lot either.
Is under attack.
So I have to wonder about that. Overgrowth goes off by Icon onto 3, it looks like. Mercury gonna get bursted down. The bow goes off by Kaio as well. At least applies the buff. It didn't land on anyone. I thought there was a whole lot of damage. Icon though almost goes down to the call down. Now it's 5-1. Icon living just barely here. Trying to disrupt the PL's farm. Doing pretty well, as we saw he went Midas. Looks like he's got the workings of what is going to be a Yasha or a Diffusal Blade on the Courier. And then it looks like that Courier was stolen by Kaio. By Bottle Crowd here. Unless that's his. Not sure what's going on. Alright, check out the support levels now. We got Rakudo at 6, Jakiro at 6, Shadow Demon Lion at 5 and 5 apiece. Though pretty even there. It looks like Kunkka and PL is where that XP advantage is coming from for the side of Nexus. And then the farm advantage also pretty much in that PL and Kunkka. See if Leprechaun's getting anywhere close to a mech. He went Tranquil Boots first. A lot of times the Darkseers will just go ahead and skip that and work straight towards the mechanism, because you don't really need boots on him. He's a fairly fast hero, and then of course you've got the Surge, which moves you at max speed no matter what. It can also always disassemble the Tranquil Boots to finish the headdress or the mechanism up. He's getting a little closer. He's still quite a ways off. the call down onto 2. Looks like it doesn't hit either. The blinding light goes out. Overgrowth used on the Jakiro here. There's the leech seed as well. I don't know if Illuminate is on cooldown now. It's charged up and thrown out right there. Now Icon finding himself in a bit of trouble as Kingdom rotates down on the Lion. Pops the living armor. Looks like he might be okay, especially with the leech seed. No. Metal Mercury's got enough damage. What is he rocking right now? Looks like he's going straight to a BKB. That's the Mithril Hammer he picked up off of that kill. So not even going for drums. Fopsy in the mid lane in a bit of trouble. That Tidebringer range enough to bring that squishy silencer down. And now Leprechaun possibly in trouble in the top lane. Morphin's going on him. Or just harassing him out of the lane at least.
Is under attack. I have no reason to
G forced to go back to base as well. Pretty poor of the support right there. Oh, looks like they finally do get Leprechaun in the top lane.
Strange to say,
just another Spirit Lance and some illusions. Underestimating that burst damage of this PL early. And it looks like if he wants that defusal... Oh, Kunkka picks up a Shadow Blade already. Oh, these new things are so much more awesome. And Morphin, yeah, is going for the defusal as there's the second Blade of Alacrity and the Robe of the Magi. Needs about 200 more gold there for that defusal. And then... I don't know. He got the Midas, so I don't know if he's going to opt to sit back and farm, but it looks like they've got a fairly sizable advantage. Like 6k, 7.5k for gold and XP. So I don't know if they want to... They've got the lineup where they could sit back, but I don't know. They don't really have to force the issue, but they probably could force the issue, especially with that Diffusal Blade up. And no wall yet on Darkseer either, or Mech. He does pick up the Ring of Regen, so he is working towards it. Fopsy here, not a whole lot. Looks like he has transitioned to a support, so it's kind of like a 3 support team, which probably not the best circumstance they're finding themselves in. But Fopsy with the smoke, Kingdom just buying those wards, as I mentioned earlier. Jakiro, pretty much wards, boots 1, but we got 4 people down here. For Nexus Gaming, they're going for Mercury. They're gonna get him. The call down goes off. It's gonna slow down Icon, but that's about it. Some TPs came in as well from 8-bit, but I don't know if they brought enough manpower to deal with Caillou here. He's got that Shadow Blade up, as we just saw. And there's that hit out of Shadow Blade. Just bursting down that Lion. This could be the tier 1 tower. Overgrowth goes off. I don't know why. No one's down here. I don't know if you thought someone TP'd in or something.
To extreme violence.
Alright, there's that Diffusal Blade on PL. So that's already picked up. So 2 core items right now at the 15-minute mark, and only 15-minute mark, wow. So yeah, pretty sizable advantage right now for Nexus, especially with the items. Looks like Diffusal was just used there to take out the Dark Seed. Yeah, 1 charge used out of that. And also the other big item here is that Shadow Blade on Kunkka, so he can pretty much get the ball rolling. He's got X marks now as well, right at level 2, so easy to get that combo with the boat. And there's that hit in. Macro Pyro dropped down by Jakiro before he goes out. And it looks like just...
Bottom tower is
I'm not sure what happened there. Kingdom, wow, Shadow Demon actually gets him anyway with the Lion Illusions. So no one died. Shadow Demon does go down there for Nexus. So Fallen drops, but the 3-for-1 trade, maybe it's gonna take the tier 2 tower, or at least do a lot more damage to it. Definitely gonna get one of the tier 2 towers, either the top one or the bottom one. As PL is just mounting a force on top. Rakuto summoning Icon back to base. Caillou going solo here. Does he have a crit stick yet? No, there's the Torrent combination. Looks like Metal Mercury in trouble. That's the second Tidebringer that's gone off. Caillou able to pick up that kill. Jakiro's not going to get enough to slow down Caillou. So Caillou playing a really solid Kunkka here. Fopsy finds himself in trouble. Morphin with that Diffusal. Pretty strong. The Curse, though, doing a bit of damage. But now he pops his Doppelwalk, and he's going to get out of there just fine. Pretty poor supports right now. Hard for them to buy up all those items that they need. And there's another charge of Diffusal gone out. Morphin picks up a double kill, taking out Leprechaun there on the Darkseer. So Nexus looking strong. 15-3 of their kills, 11k gold advantage, 12k XP advantage. So from the looks of it, Nexus poised to take first place here in Symphony Gaming, but 8-bit probably going to give it their all here. There's another combination, that X Torrent into the boat, going to land on Jakiro. Kingdom as well. Looks like it's going to be the death of both of them. The Macro Pyro goes out, but not enough at this point. Now 3,200 gold on Caillou, and if I know Caillou, which I don't really know Caillou. Apparently he's being mean to me today, I don't really know why. He'll probably just go straight Rapier. Now Icon with a nice Overgrowth there onto the Gyrocopters. Already used his Rocket Barrage, he's got another one now. Looks like he will be okay. Tidebringer goes off now.
And Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Darkseer still doesn't have wall yet, only level 8. which is definitely going to allow Nexus to force to the high ground if they want to.
Tower
There's only one tier 2 left on the
subjected
map,
to
which is
extreme-
mid, so the other 4 here that are in the bot lane now. Oh, sorry, I didn't see this tower. This tier 2 probably going to go down. Leprechaun getting comboed up. Rakudo's Illuminate doing a ton of damage to the supports there of
Radiant's
8-bit.
bottom tower has fallen.
Fallen though, pretty squishy. That Curse and Liquid Fire Dual Breath doing a lot of damage to him. So now the only tier 2 is here in the mid lane. Looks like PL's going to rotate to take care of that as the rest of Nexus 4-mans and continues to siege here in the bot lane. Pretty much the best idea that they could have right now.
Radiant's
Definitely what they should be
tower
doing.
is under attack.
What can 8-bit really do here? Just defend. Maybe hope for a bit of an overextension, some overconfidence from Nexus to try to get back into this
Middle
game.
tower is
But
under
as I
attack.
say that, Rooftron has picked up
I
that
have no reason to
Necronomicon.
lie about such things.
So that's going to help their push even more. Some extra auras from those units, as well as units to just tank the tower. And they also do quite a bit of damage to heroes. So, always good for pushing.
Strange to say, Radiant's middle tower is under
Because, yeah,
attack.
it looks like Coddle went for the mech. Normally you see Trees going for that, but Icon was in a lane where he definitely wasn't getting farmed, but at least got the levels that he needed.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Now the
attack.
last tier 2 dropping here. It sucks to always have to give up your tier 2s, but 8-bit making the right call to just wait to the high ground. Level 1 wall on Leprechaun
Someone
now.
must be very pleased with themselves.
Whoa, how'd you do that? Or did you just make that yourself? So that's for 8-bit, all those stats. Looks like Nexus here gonna go for the Roche just to play it safe. Not gonna be a problem. Probably not gonna be contested. If it was contested, 8-bit probably wouldn't come out of that fight in too good a shape. So gonna have to give up the Roche. Just gonna have to sit and defend in their base. Try to find as much farm as they can on this Gyrocopter, who had a phenomenal early game with the farm, but I don't know, some of the other
Whatever
lanes didn't really work out. Roche goes down to 1955.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As Metal Mercury pushing the top lane here. Soul Catcher's gonna land. He's put under. No other TPs are coming though. Oh, there's one. Looks like that's gonna be Icon. So Metal Mercury probably fine to escape. Or it looks like they might just try to pressure mid and top at the same time. Really trying to defend their towers. Not a single tier 1 tower lost right now. So kills 18-3 for Nexus and towers. Well, they've lost none, and the other team has lost 6. So pretty much explains the gold graph and XP graphs right there. Boat lands out on Leprechaun. Leprechaun in a lot of trouble. Here comes Fopsy to back him up. There goes the wall. The wall is wasted outside of the base, so it's not going to be there for the high ground. Probably shouldn't even have used it. Just went down. He respawns pretty quickly. Maybe could have held out long enough to have a wall on the high ground. But at this point, it looks like the game kind of spiraling out of control as Morphin picks up a triple kill on that PL. He's got a Yasha, Diffusal, he's got the Aegis, he's got a Vlad's. They're basically picking up that Vlad's to just go for the, just go for that push. Another great item for pushing, along with that Necro that Treant picked up. And yes, Disables in the Dire, they got a ton. Spell damage high, and that went away. But pretty accurate description of the team there by Dimitri. Oh, Kingdom throwing out the Finger of Death, but not enough to take out Morphin. Now he gets healed up, so it looks like the mid-racks are in a little trouble. Kayu's getting shooted up there. Leprechaun goes down again. Morphin is now godlike. 9-0 and 1 right now. 156 CS, 20 denies, 15,000 net worth. This is why you don't let PL free farm, but sometimes you don't really have a choice.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Ladies
And there's that
gentlemen,
Manta style on PL as
Dire's
well.
courier has been. Radiant's lovely middle barracks are under great duress.
And there's the GG thrown out by
Radiant's
Kingdom.
middle
So,
barracks
I
has
believe...
fallen.
How much money is Nexus picking up, or is there any money involved anyway? Did I just make that up? Hit me up with the facts, Dimitri. You seem to know more about this than me. And what did Faded get out of this? You guys got second then?
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Oh, with who?
Radiant's middle
8-bit?
tower is under attack. I have no reason to lie about such things.
Bunch of people. Oh, there's the Divine Rapier on Kaio. Kaio not proving me wrong. I knew you'd just go straight for it. But anyway, good game. Nexus played very well. It is only a best of 1, so that's all the action. Check out Symphony Gaming, www.symphonygaming.com. I believe they're going to be hosting a lot more tournaments. This one was pretty sweet. I like the way they follow that English soccer, English football, EPL style for Dota 2. It's pretty interesting. Get involved, make a team for that. Also, while you're at it, I guess it's too late to sign up for SIVO. Make sure to watch SIVO. I'll be casting a lot of it, also playing in it. And thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks, Dimitri, for making some stats. You're my favorite Russian.